And we're live. I mean, welcome, guys. Not sure what happened there, but we'll proceed as planned here. Welcome. We are streaming here. This is going to be We Raise the Bar versus ROFS. I am joined by Dadbod here. Dadbod, if you want to say hi to everyone here. All right, so let's kind of get into things. I know this is your first time ever streaming. I just want to get that right. Is that sound accurate? All right. So if anything is said that you guys aren't sure of or don't agree with, hey, it's not my problem. Okay. It's all his, all his. All right, so let's get into the breakdown here. We'll go straight into the divisions. So as we take a look here, we're gonna just mainly look at Division 1 through 4 right now. This is gonna be a Division 2 match. It's Week 5. If Dadbod didn't know that already. Two teams we're looking at. We're looking at a 2-1 ROFS Rise Above team, and We Raise the Bar is sitting at 1-2. So Raise the Bar gets them to 500. ROFS is trying to fight from staying away and being above 500. So that's what we're kind of see here. So if you were worried about a close fight, it's I think it's gonna be close. I I know you're focused more on what's the gameplay like going in the console. I have one console stream under my belt here already. You're you're still getting your feet wet here with your first stream ever and getting in the console. Um, but let's face it though, you've came in here with competitive gameplay in the past on the PC side. Am I right? Yeah, so it'll be nice to kind of get your perspective from a PC competitive player type of standpoint and see how you relate or if you would do something different going into this and seeing how that or how everything that you like or how you would do things going forward. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Yeah, for sure. So, real quick, we'll take a look at the second divisions here. So, Division 5 through 8. These are Division 5 and 6 is 35 v 35. Division 7 and 8 is 30 v 30. Just kind of getting you guys an update on those. And then you're probably curious, what's the rules? Well, we got one man arty, which you kind of know that's kind of normal for gameplay like this. You got indestructible nodes, and of course, the Panther is banned. So I know you're probably familiar with that Panther ban. Hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely gonna be good here as I'm trying to get set because we just flipped. So I've been told to join someone here, and I'm just trying to make sure I join the right one. Join York. Okay. I'm gonna have to find York. Yeah, I am. Oh, there he is. Okay, so I joined the right one. Trying to get in here. I believe me, it's more difficult when you're not used to it. So definitely gonna get us here set up. We are gonna have everything highlighted, and I will make sure we got all the audio and everything dialed in, because I know that's key. So definitely want to get that dialed in. Not too loud, but just enough where you guys can hear it. So I think we got it kind of dialed down to where we need it, and I think that'll be good for everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead, remove the background here. As you guys can see, we're about a minute 50 in warm-ups here. Yeah, for sure. Let's definitely take a look. So your points right here. Oh, it looks like we have flak position as our mid. Oh, look at that. They are in a line. This is going to be a good fight. For sure. Yes, we're gonna be on the Axis side, so just bear with us as as we get everything set up here. So 43 seconds away, we will be on the Axis side, so we're on we raise the bar side. So that's kind of the perspective we'll see. Yeah, you can only see so much. So all right, so let's see kind of what we got going on here as we tip off. I'm gonna go and try to find of our guys here. Oh, look at that. They already have stuff in the main road here. Already got guns set up, and they're already firing. Yeah, so you got... Wow, so they are currently trying to push in here. As you just see troop movements coming in. It's going to be interesting to see. That main road is definitely going to be a key point, that spot over. You're going to see a lot of infantry and stuff come in on that. For sure. So you'll definitely see that coming in. It'll be interesting to see what we got going on with it. I do notice that we don't have the progress bar. I am currently working on that for everyone. So I am working on getting that set up for you. Just bear with me as we work out some of the things here. Yeah. Barely missed it, so we'll see what kind of happens here. All right, so we're definitely saw that we had some cat progress here. So it looks like it is actually, I went the wrong way. So it's 3-2 right now. ROFS has everything set up here and has taken the point to begin the match. Yeah. Yeah, looks like we definitely have a little bit of infantry coming in on this main road for a little bit of a push. Yeah, so as we look over here, you're gonna see that they have their tank right here. Their Sherman just kind of overlooking everything. Look at that. Like, got a great sight line here. So I do see some green over here, so we're gonna take a look. I think that's what they're shooting at. Yep, look at that. Well, how would you know? I mean, look at the distance there. You have open field to your left. There is no cover from them either. So they are completely open to the elements here, open to their counterparts, like the Allies' tanks. You can clearly see them if they're across that field. Like, look at that. If he did, we'll see if we get some, but let's kind of do a bird's eye view here. As you're starting to see the lines definitely form here on the midpoint. As we kind of switch over to the map, you're going to see right here that we just have a lot going on here. Starting to form that line right across on flank position right there, or flag. So for sure, for sure. So definitely something to keep an eye on. But for right now, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Both teams are not giving an inch right now. We're definitely seeing a stalemate here on the midpoint. If you just saw a group of 4 spawning at the bottom there of your screen, starting to take a push there on the riverfront. As you can see, there's definitely an outpost right there. Well, you still got Butcher down there just defending it by himself. I mean, we can definitely zoom in and take a look. Yeah, look at that. It's still up. Yeah, Gary's right there. So you had Outpost down. Garrison's right there. Yeah, look at that. Just another spawn. That's going to be key. If they can keep that Garrison up, that's definitely a great position for them to continue to defend midpoint. Well, I mean, if you can see it as a tank just goes down at the middle of your screen, top left there. Actually, I believe that may have been the scout. Yeah, the recon. So, as we continue to look at flak position here in the mid, based on what you're telling me over there, I don't think they can see the Garrison. But I mean, by the amount of players coming out of that position, they gotta have a good idea that it's there. Yeah, they've definitely taken control over that, so I don't think anyone's getting through over there. But as you can see, there's artillery starting to play a factor. You're starting to see some good hits here. If that artillery, if they mark that Garrison with an artillery strike and take it out, different ball game. So I keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, just as we scale back here, the amount of people we have, remember, this is a 49v49 match. So the amount of people that are going to be in this match is crazy. You're going to have flanks. You're going to have a bunch of different sectors you're going to have to maintain and hold at the same time. Yeah, I mean, they don't really need the push. I mean, they have the midpoint. At this point, at a competitive standpoint, you, especially on this map, you don't want to give up the midpoint at all. Like, if you want to make a push, go for it if you know for a fact you can. Otherwise, there's really no point in making that push, especially when you have it back to back like this. It's a stalemate. This is like fighting in the trenches when you have all your points so close to each other. You might be right, but we'll definitely have to take a look and wait for it and see how this match continues to unfold in front of our eyes. Alright, so as I'm kind of looking here, we're not seeing a whole lot of tanks right now, at least not that I can see. I see one over here. A lot of field guns, a lot of guns kind of out here. I think we have a bombing run coming in. Yes, we do, right on the back side here. Yeah, it's looking like that was definitely a we raised the bar bombing run. I think they were definitely looking for a garrison back there. I don't know if they got a hit or anything like that. Won't know at all. So, I mean, I think that was more of, you're right, I think it was more of searching for that. Let's check on that other garrison, see if we still have it up. Yeah, they do. So that's still a factor. Still got to wait for and see how that reacts to this. As we continue to look and kind of just see what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, there's clearly a line forming. And one of the big things with this map, with it being so open, as we look at the trenches, those are going to be key. Who can push further and who can gain an edge in these little grooves right here throughout the map. That's the only way you're going to see people really push through and make a difference, is if they can break through one of these ways. So you're either going to see on the main road, or in one of these small trenches here, or on the far flank side here. So really those are your, yeah, those are your routes. As you can see here, as we pull away from the map, you can clearly see what they're doing here. I would say it's probably ROFS's strong point right now. They definitely gain the edge on those right now. Yeah, so yeah, we can definitely kind of zoom in over there, see what's going on, but dang, they're definitely spread out right now. We're definitely seeing kind of a commanding push or lead per se from ROFS. It's kind of let's see if Salty can get some kills here as he's slowly getting pushed up here by ROFS. And I mean, this is what we were talking about earlier too. I mean, you're going to have a lot of these where they just, you know, have a standstill. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. You're going to be pinned down. There's not a whole lot of places to get around here or flank. It's all about those trenches. Oh, looks like he's going to continue. I don't think he saw him. Look at that. Well, also, I don't think they'd be looking that way. Oh, Spoon just got taken out, so looks like they did end up seeing him. What's crazy when you see these top-down views, I mean, you can see the little things. Like just last week, we had two tanks completely miss each other and go the opposite directions. They didn't realize how close they were to each other just because they were divided by a hedge. Exactly. Wow, so we're definitely seeing not a whole lot of movement here. Salty's coming back, maybe get some revenge here. Nope, got taken out. Salty, no. All right, so as we kind of push back here and take a look back at the midpoint, yeah, there's not a whole lot of movement here. We're starting to see a little bit of breakup of ROFS, but not a whole lot. Definitely a more dominant capture on mid here. But I mean, it is going to take some time. We don't see a lot of holes happen right away. As it looks like we see possibly a supply truck get taken out to the left here. Yeah, so if they marked it, that means you might see some artillery come in and take it out. So that's just to the left of your screen here that you're going to see that. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see what kind of happens with that. In the bottom right of your screen, you can see there's a tank right there. Maybe a 76. I can't tell from here, but it's got the. Let's take a look at the edge here. Nice and easy. So as we kind of pan out, you just see the sheer span of the battlefield, how many people are involved here. Remember, this is a 49-49 match. If you guys haven't seen a competitive Hell Let Loose match before, and you're just tuning in, it gets chaotic here, especially towards the end in those last couple of minutes. Yeah, ESBT is pretty well known for those. I'd say another team that I haven't heard a whole lot about recently, but in the past has been Core. Core's been a very, very dominant team, along with the line. I think some teams that we've recently kind of seen is Vanguarda. I don't know if you're too familiar with them. They're Vanguarda, and I mean, there's always up and comers. I mean, we got teams always forming left and right. It feels like every season we have new members coming in, new squads, new talent. Just makes everything a little bit crazy because they can always be a wild card. For sure. So, I think I want to hold off here because we are starting to see a little bit of a push towards aid station as I back off here. So, seeing a shift here. As we were seeing earlier, those trenches were key when ROFS was definitely had control over them. So, I think they're starting to kind of leave those trenches now, starting to push more towards aid, which I'm a little shocked by, to be honest with you. I thought we'd see a little bit more of a push towards flak and a little bit more back and forth on that location. Well, I mean, at the very least, have someone on the second level. All right, so I do hear a bombing run coming in. Yep, there it is. So it looks like they only got one person on that bombing run. I think that was more strategic again, where you're going for spawns than actual people. But sometimes that's the difference between win or loss. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have, so if you see the road right in front of us, I would have drawn it directly through that road, because you can clearly see the squad to the right of our screen here. They got to be able to see that, how many people are crossing that road. It was worse a couple minutes ago when that bombing run occurred. I think that definitely would have been the better position for it, and definitely would have possibly laid the way for a better push in the flak position. Yeah, so I want to point out here, it looks like we're starting to have a squad push towards flak. So we might see some cap progress here if they can clear all this out in the middle here. So they definitely got a problem here in the middle between that squad and aid station here. But it might get them to push back. You never know. When you set a squad out to make an offensive push, sometimes that makes those the other team that's giving that offensive push, as we see a phenomenal strike there, push back, and it turned to defense instead of offense. So sometimes little things like that can definitely make a huge difference or a huge impact on the match at hand. Yeah, let's as we kind of look at that push, I mean, it seems like they kind of have that under control, but let's take a look. Oh wow, look at road here. There's definitely a big push up here. Yeah, and that's always a key position right there. That building is always key, because getting across that water, it doesn't seem that deep, but trust me, getting across that piece of water right there is difficult. Actually having bridge control is a big deal in this game. They're not, well, I mean, we're starting to see a little, maybe that squad might be making their way over. Yeah, it's looking like they are. As we were talking about, it's very difficult to get across that. They had to hop across to get over to the other side. Yeah, I mean, just a second ago, I was seeing some cap progress kind of like flicker in on the point here. As you can see, ROFS definitely has a hole here into aid station. Yeah, and you were talking about this position earlier. It looks like sided branch definitely took your advice here. Yeah. Okay, well, you got in, so let's kind of zoom in and see. There you go. Yeah, now that commander's going to stay up there and definitely has the high ground, great position, going to take back their point. They got a lot of work cut out for them. Oop, as we just had a spawn come in right below us. Starting to see that line form again, so. This is, I believe this is 75. Yeah, I'm not seeing, I think we might have enemy tank way off in the distance. And I'm not sure what got taken out there. We'll kind of try and push, but, oh, just missed. Look at the ricochet. Yeah, when wow, we just had a massive spawn come in. You see, I mean, you're seeing a lot of firing here. Look at that. I'm surprised they don't realize the garrison's right over there, or maybe they do, but I mean, if I was that tank, I'd be firing right into that bush right now. we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Oh, look at that arty kill. Wow. I think it was a combination of artillery and the tank, I believe. Yeah, and we just had a spawn right next to aid station by ROFS as they're making a strong push to take aid station right now. And this is looking more like a we raise the bar bombing run coming in would be my guess here. You know what? That's probably ROFS. It's on the offensive push on the front side. Yeah, now that I look at it. Yeah, we're starting to see about almost to a 50% cap on we raise the bar. Yeah, we got a... Yeah, that's definitely we raise the bars bombing run here. Is it... Yeah, it was definitely slightly off from the tank, but that was very close. The only thing with those tanks that really destroy them are those precision airstrikes. No, they're definitely moving, so they're still good to roll, and they might be slightly wounded, but nothing that's really going to affect them. They're just clearly blocked right now by these two structures right in the middle of our screen. You got that little shed in that outpost right there. Just short. We almost have it, Captain. There we go. So it is now 4-1. ROFS takes the point of aid station. So let's bring up the map here. So the next point, if they want to continue to end this match, is right on through to Cabbage Patch as... Yeah, that pan. Not pan. Yeah. Puma. Panthers are banned. Pumas are good. There you go. So yeah, Puma gets taken out. We're still waiting for an offensive push here to take back aid station. They have to at this point. They cannot. Yep. See if Dingo can find it in time, take him out. Cannot. Oh, we're gonna see an explosion here. We're gonna... Nope, there it goes. It's gone. Yeah, so we're at around 25% cap back on aid station. You're starting to see a push of an offensive squad at the middle right of our screen. To kind of zoom in here, you're going to see them kind of push in, try to get that point back in their control, but we're slowly pushing back to around 50% as you're starting to see more and more squads kind of trickle into the screen here. Yep. Definitely was going to see that coming. I mean, you have to. If you have this key of a push forward to win the matchup, why not use your reinforce now to gain control, gain the edge, and try to stop that cap progress? But it's continuing to happen here. Yeah. Yeah, you can see we got the tank right here. Looks like that's a tiger right there. Just holding down the final road. Just making sure nothing gets pushed. Yeah, because look at that. It's overran. You gotta defend the final point. So we're gonna see that, like we kept talking about earlier on this map, you're gonna see all of these squads go up through these channels here. You have the road here, this little crevice, little divots in the fields here, and trying to push. It's all going to be about who can gain the edge in the trenches. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, they've been dominant. I mean, they've definitely controlled the match here. It's not been easy, but they've definitely been controlling the match. As we see what's happening right now with it being 4-1. I know. I mean, we've seen it before, where you get one area capped, then you roll on to the next one, and it just keeps rolling. We've seen it completely flip-flop before from 1-4 to 4-1. So yeah, you're right. It's definitely not over yet, and anything can happen. Hearing some recon coming in. Yeah, it looks like your tank for ROFS just got taken out the top left of the screen. So it looks like they're down a tank right now. So that gains an edge to re-raise the bar as they can push forward now with that Tiger tank. I would love to see what their field intake's at. Unfortunately, we are on the we raise the bar side, so we can't give that to you. We don't have access to it, but definitely something to think about. Yeah, definitely. Well, let's take a look here. I'm curious to see how they're doing. Yes, they still have control over the main road here, as we talked about earlier. As you can see, there's still a little bit of activity over here on this road. For sure, for sure. So we'll see how this continues to work for them, and we'll go from there. But dang, it's looking crazy. Yeah, you see a flare there in the middle though, so definitely trying to figure out what's around them and how that's what's happening for them. Yeah, I mean, look at that. They're definitely forming a line, as you're saying. You can clearly see it here. Great arty strike there. I mean, at some points in this game, you just have to sit back and take it all in. Last week when I was streaming, we had we had a match. I think it was on it was on Omaha. It was on Omaha, and I was streaming with the Gumo train, and he kept going over how much better like he thought the lighting system was on console. Well, honestly, on PC it's the same, but it depends. It really comes down to the type of PC you have, where everyone's gonna be the same visuals on a console, where with PC it's gonna be a little bit different. So that's another factor, I think, when we're really talking about competitive matches and trying to keep things fair and all that. On PC side, it really differs. You're gonna want to break down your quality and everything all the way down as low as you can, so you can see more people, less brush, less obstacles in your way. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely a never-ending battle trying to fight that. You gotta get the rules in there, get the people behind it that also help assist in maintaining the rules. A lot of factors that come into play there. One thing that's definitely interesting to see from the console to PC side is, and I was trying to get this point earlier, it's every person has the same graphics. Like, everything is the same. There's no filters like you talked about. There's no nothing with the smoke. So it's you get the game. It is what it is. You can slightly change how it looks on your PC or PC monitor settings if you use a monitor, or your TV settings, and there you go. The only cheating you're probably gonna have is, you know, those unfortunate devices that we're not gonna talk about. But yes. But hey, I mean, you're still gonna have competitive controllers, so those are fine. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm sure that affects some things, but we'll see. I mean, we hear stuff. Do we know if it's true or not? Only time will tell, right? Time will tell. All right, well, Well, maybe that's a positive in the right direction here and helping make competitive play better on the console scene. All right, so as we continue to look at this, it's definitely been a stalemate at this location right here. Definitely been a battle back and forth. A lot of trench fighting. A lot of just looking at movements here. We'll kind of zoom in here and kind of follow this squad here. I'm very curious to see how this turns out for these guys. I want to see how he aims here. So we're going to put the laser on. What it's showing you is what direction he's looking at. So how he's looking kind of gives you a perspective on what he is seeing. Not a lot of people get to use this. I like to use this and show it, so I think it's kind of cool. And look at that, just kind of peeking to the left. Nothing there, exposing the right side. To see here, I don't think they got to push in. Oh yeah, Duty's right there. So Duty, and then Greenaman is right over there. Looks like they were trying to get a field gun in there and haven't gotten that completely built. Might be a little light on supplies to get that built. Not sure on what happened there, but that could be big. Looks like they got taken out there, so very light on the defense over here. And I think we're going to see that out. Yeah, Gary goes down just in time. Wow, look at that. Still got an outpost over here, so you're down to just your squad for that outpost coming in. You know, there's a Duty in here. There's that spawn. That spawn can definitely wreak havoc if it's not taken care of here soon. Yeah, you're already starting to see it's starting to get a little light here, a little weak spot. If they bring in some infantry behind it, down that little, little pathway that they came in to begin with, you could really see this cap progression shift. Yeah, I wonder if X-Ray is gonna push up there. It looks like he's staying back. Continuing, just let him spawn in. Yeah, look at that. I mean, they're just continuing to spawn in, pushing right away, lay the smoke, push up, try to wreak havoc as much as possible just to take them out so you can get more cap progression. Look at that bombing run. Let's continue to take a look here. I think that bombing run's not going to take out any infantry, but it's going to take out possibly some infrastructure, some spawns up here if they had any garrisons, any outposts, anything like that's going to be gone. Yeah, you are seeing a little bit of smoke coming out of the tank there. Yeah, and you gotta find a good spot where they have some cover. It looks like they're going behind that tree and bush there. You got your friendly tank coming up behind you to cover you. I think they're in a good position here. Yeah, so if you look way out in the corner, you have both of them right there. So yeah, definitely got a big push here. Might be able to take back the point if they break through. And there you go. I mean, last of the infantry. You got rum on the house. Like I said, that's a key point that you talked about earlier. Definitely have to have someone up there. Got Sky coming across the bridge, Raccoon, Google far, moving target. Yeah, look at that. They're all starting to trickle in now. So they're starting to come back, defend that road right there, bunker down. Thou shall not pass. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, as we see that, I believe that was a tiger that just got taken out. So definitely see that field gun right here is definitely wreaking havoc on those tanks. Whew, look at that. Looks like that was either from Clink or maybe the Radu. Oh, that's from Clink. All right, what a great shot. That's crazy. We'll come over here and take a look at Cabbage Patch. Looks like they got everything cleared up. No more red over here from ROFS. Do see a little bit of a squad trickling over here. Ooh, look at the main road over here. Definitely a battle going on over here. Well, yeah, I mean, if you have road control, that means that opens the door for flanking. If you cannot flank, I mean that's going to be a rough day for you. And as we've seen from We Raise the Bar, I really think that's been the key play here, this entire match, to be honest with you. We're definitely fighting over that. I mean, it's starting to get to the point where you gotta get cat progress. You gotta do something. You can't just keep it like this. You gotta start making a push. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's as I'm kind of zooming in here, this would kind of give you guys the sheer chaos that's going on down here. The only way they can move right now is by crawling. The dedication here is they're crawling, and if you kind of want me to give you an idea what they can see right now, if I go down here, this is all they're seeing. They're just getting a face full of grass. They're looking for footsteps here. Like, look at this. That's the competitive difference right there. He continues just to crawl forward. He's just waiting. That's all he does is just crawl forward, wait, flamethrower. That's his job. Yeah, I mean, look at the range it has on it. That thing's just phenomenal. Wow, as we get some great arty there. Looks like they still have an outpost right there, so let me see another spawn come in. Yep, as he all he's got to do is push forward. He doesn't even have to take anyone out. Yep, there you go. And there you have it. I mean, they're not going to be able to spawn in there anymore. There goes any pushes that are coming up the middle. Everything's going to have to be back from Cabbage Patch. And Cabbage Patch has been having some issues. As we were looking at that, there was some cap progress going on that they definitely got rid of. But yeah, I mean, you were seeing, you're seeing about one person back on HQ, so it was mostly blue. I mean, yeah, as we look, see, they cleared it out. Yeah, definitely have their backs to the wall right now. If we look back here, yeah, it's all red. There's no blue, no counter. Now, keep in mind, we do have Heinz, so keep in mind I haven't seen the airhead, so we might see an airhead here to make that push. I could definitely see a rear flank here coming very, very big. Now, how to go about that's another story. I would say you'd have to give out main road, which could hurt you, and try to go on the backside here, because if you look, there's no one over here. They don't know that, obviously, but if they could get something back here, that could be huge for them, because there is no defense from the rear. Yeah, it's far left for you. He's gonna get taken out by that tank, yeah. I think that's a 75, so 75 might take him out. It takes a while for him to turn the turn. That thing's so quick that, yeah, it's just gonna roll right on through. Yep, go, go, go. Oh, don't fight it. There you go. Yeah, they gotta watch the water. If they go in the water, they're gonna get stuck. It's just gonna swallow them whole. Oh, and I think they just got stuck. I mean, Yeah, well, this one's so deep. I think it's going to take some damage there. I'd be surprised if that wasn't damage. Oh, and he got taken out. Did you see that? They're going to repair. Went and repaired just a little early, and that bombing run was still going on. Took him out. Yeah, I mean, they had the right idea. I think that position was just too close, so. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of factors that could have helped them out there. Just not executed well. I mean, the plan was there, the execution could have been a little bit better, but still pretty good. I mean, yeah, I mean, we got 25 minutes left. I don't know if we're going to see a shift now since they don't have another airhead. They're not going to get one in time. There's just not enough time. So now what it's left is brute force. Do you force all of your troops down the middle here, right up the middle, right into aid station, or do you try to set up a flank on foot where you'll go off one of these side areas to the right? I mean, we'll see what they can do. There's nothing really else game plan wise they can do. They don't have control over the main road, and they barely have control over the point here in the middle section. Yeah, so yeah, as we continue to see this push, see basically just a defense mode. I mean, you're trying at this point maybe to try and not get 5-0'd. You're wanting to continue into the next week with at least a good score here, like a decent score, a fighting chance. If they can get back, get the next point, give themselves a chance to possibly take back the middle point. They barely have enough time. They could still do it, but they'd have to go bang bang, and that's always difficult to do. Yeah, and I think with that airhead not going as planned, it's even more difficult, almost impossible. So real quick, as we're kind of looking at this, I'm starting to see a flank to the left. You want to tell everyone kind of what position do you usually typically play during the comp matches? Okay. Yeah, so you're squad leader, so you know what's got to get marked, all of that. I'm trying to, I'm kind of, yeah, what's going on here with with that? I mean, has he given up there? Is that just a push, just to give up? Distraction, maybe? Who knows? But looks like we may have that field gun up now. Yeah, so the field gun is up. And then we got, yeah, okay, so we have the field gun up. Let's see. Oh, it's so close to that tiger right there. Oh, it's not a tiger. It's a 75. Where is the tiger that you speak of? I'm not seeing a sight. Oh, it's way. So you got the field gun. You got that to the left. They both have pretty good sight lines. But as we look at the 75, look at that. I don't think you can get any better protection than that right there. Wow. Using the map to your advantage. Yeah, they're definitely building this down to just enforce it so it doesn't even have to move. It can literally stay there, camp the position, be a one-man army just with that tank. That helps them lighten the load of not having to have infantry on that main point, and they can go and they can flank and do other things to help make it a harder time for we raise the bar. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the east side is the side we're currently looking at here. So he's talking about this point. Definitely have lost some. You see a more established line by ROFS now, as it looks like they're starting to make a push. Remember, they lost this location all because of that push we saw earlier where, I can't remember the name, but he came in with that, yeah, Raccoon came in with that flamethrower and wiped everyone out. That's affected the match since then. They really haven't gotten to establish that battle of the trench, give or take, back, and it's really in ROFS's favor right now. Yeah, it's definitely definitely a good game plan. Definitely kind of OP. Might see some rule changes maybe. It does. It does. It's crazy the distance that it can travel. Yeah. Or if they can take out tanks, that's a game changer. I feel personally that tanks have a lot of like leeway. They can take a lot of hits. I mean, if there's anything that you can do to kind of weaken them a little bit more, I'm all for it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're just bringing historical counter-offensive weapons to the game and really improving it where it needs to be improved. Wow, so you're really starting to see a big push here. They were slowly pushing up here, but now they're starting to make a bigger push with the tank's help. tank's retreating slightly as it did its job to help with the push, but it looks like it slightly took him out. It looks like that was almost the idea of that push was to kind of push them back into the bombing run. I was kind of getting that vibe from that entire push, was just making them or forcing them into the bombing run. Were you getting that kind of vibe from that, or is that the game plan? I know it was very well executed. I mean, to the point where, you know, we were thinking that could be the case. So maybe something we'll have to ask him after the match. You know, we'll type in there, hey, was this the plan during this time frame of this part of the match? Who knows? No, and there's no heavy in sight. If there was one, it looks like it may have just gotten taken out top left. But I mean, as we're looking here, it may have gotten stuck here. There you go. So no cap progress. That was a good push, but no cap progress on that final capture point. There was a lot of red from ROFS in there. Wow, you're starting to get artillery in there from ROFS. When you're raised the bar, like, where would you even focus your artillery at this point? I mean, are you gonna really like continue to focus on aid station, which it looks like they are? But honestly, if you were them, where would you put the artillery right now? Okay. I mean, where it's going right now, there's no one. I mean, looks like, oh, okay, it looks like Apache's trying to get to it, but there is people there in between them. Captain's trying to go for it. I don't know. Did they get it? I don't see it. Oh. Oh yeah, it's right there. So it's right there. Wow. They just got one person spawned on it. Yeah, but it's clearly gone now, so I don't think we're going to see any more spawns from it. Dang, I mean, all that scrambling to just for that, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, definitely had us on the edge of our seats when he missed that. We're like, oh, it's still up, it's still up. Hey. Yeah, well, they got it handled. Look like they still got a lot of people spawning on that location though, but definitely got the airhead taken out. Don't have to worry about that now. Still no cap progress on Cabbage Patch though, and there's a lot of red. Oh. Yeah, look at that. We're starting to get some cap progress on aid station. So if they can get that capped, that will help them with their score. Nope, and there goes the tank right there. So I mean, I think the cap progression on Cabbage Patch is much faster than what we're seeing on aid station. No, they're going all or nothing here, so they're just pushing as fast as they can just to see. Yeah, I mean, if you have a tank right now, I would put it on Cabbage Patch, make it more difficult for them to cap that position. That way they can take back aid station. Right now, the cap progression is definitely going towards aid station. They might get that cap back in time. Yeah, they're definitely taking it back here. So more defense coming in here for Cabbage Patch. Yeah, they're going to take it for a 1-4 game. Definitely can call it here. It's going to be an ROFS win. But yeah, will it be a 5-0 or is it going to be a 1-4 match? Still got 8 minutes in around 3, 2, 1, 8 minutes left in the match here. So we'll just wait and see what it has in store. Yeah, for sure. So artillery, I don't even know if artillery, it might be too close for artillery to even hit this point. So artillery's okay, so it can still hit the point then. So I So I think the main point, though, it looks like he's still focusing on aid station, so that might be where they want it right now. I would have focused more on the trail leading up to Cabbage Patch. That's where I would have shifted it. But I mean, at this point, gosh, we can't hear a whole lot.
Infantry markers. I don't know if that's just not implemented in the system on this, or if only command can. But if anybody else can, then we should be seeing more.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be ROFS's last bombing run here, and they're going for it. They are going for the 5-0. They are not gonna settle for 4-1.
All right, so 5 minutes left, 49 seconds. Not seeing cap progress yet.
We are not, but unfortunately, with it being 6 minutes, that is GG.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to call it here. It's definitely a match going towards ROFS here.
Pretty much what we're fighting for right now is the moral victory of, holding on the entire match.
Yeah, so I apologize for anyone. I'm gonna have to apologize for Dadbot. He probably didn't realize this. We may have had your mic off the entire time.
Oh, that's devastating.
I got your mic on now, but I think most of the match we had it off potentially. So I do apologize for that. I think it was part of it.
No.
Part of it was the mad rush to get this set up in time, get everything kind of set up. It's a non-TPL server. A lot of different factors that came into play, coming in a couple minutes right before the match. It happens. It happens, right? Hey,
Absolutely.
you
But
still had fun.
oh, absolutely. I learned a lot about console. It's interesting, but I think ROFS definitely had the better lines in this match, and as we see, they're starting to cap that point, with plenty of time to do so. I think one of the biggest factors here was, once again, like I said earlier, but you couldn't hear me. The road was a big factor. ROFS held that road. They were able to flank, and it was devastating because We Raise the Bar is fighting two different fights from two different fronts.
Yeah, yeah, and I am sitting here a little embarrassed. I guess OBS didn't save my mic settings, so that really stinks. But hey, I'm still happy. Thank you for for coming out. I hope we can do it again properly with you next time. It's
Absolutely.
I definitely owe you something after this mistake.
Oh no, not at all. It's a pleasure.
Oh gosh. Well, we'll continue here. It looks like they're probably gonna get the cap here, so the re-raise the bar's probably gonna get 5-0'd. As we're definitely seeing a steady stream come in here.
Absolutely, and that's tough to see on any team. As a comp player myself, I hate seeing a team get 5-0'd. I would always rather it be a 4-1 situation because, at least they can say they held them all the way through and didn't get that that 5-0 against them. So, but unfortunately, like I said, it is looking like they're gonna get this 5-0. But with that, I mean, that's gonna be GG, gentlemen.
Dang. Yeah. I mean that's crazy that we. Yep. There we go. 5-0. So gonna go ahead and make the switch. Here's some of your cap progression or some of your stats here. So we go through on that side. And
I mean, let's take a look at that. Frost um, on We Raise the Bar as support. 946 is a very impressive score.
it is.
Um, as a support, especially if he was support all game, kudos. That's a quite a few kills, my friend. That's over 100.
Yeah, that's quite crazy that that happened, but I mean, dang. So we raised the bar. They got 5-0'd. Going into this though, they were 1-2. So now they're going to be 1-3 moving into the next one. Let's take a look at the division here. So I want to bring that up before we kind of end the stream here. So our ROFS, they go to 3-1. They continue to maintain their second place in Division 2. And then we raise the bar goes to 1-3. So they're not really going to move with 9th of May being 0-4 going into this. So not seeing a whole lot of movement in this division as of right now.
Oh, it seems pretty stalemated in this division, but man, if we could, and I would love to talk to these guys because they just killed it this match, especially on ROFS. But even we raised the bar, had some great plays, and especially Raccoon from ROFS, I think had the play of the game in that trench, just walking through and eliminating two OPs, eliminating their entire push to aid station with one flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah. That flamethrower, that was huge. That was you were completely right. That was huge. I mean, not unfortunately not everyone got to see it. Luckily, I repeated it back. So we at least had the conversation there. The entire match I was talking to myself. Everyone's like, "This guy's crazy." Hey, I'm sorry. Tune into the next stream. I'll make sure it gets better as long as I got enough setup time. Um, Otherwise, it was a pleasure having you here. Thank you, Dad Bod, for coming with us. I hope you come back again, and I hope
Absolutely.
I hope you had a lot of fun. Just a
Absolutely.
just a reminder, guys. It was Axe Hawk and Dad Bod for today. I hope you enjoyed the match. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. There's still games later today. There's also games tomorrow. Go to the Discord, look up the live chat, see what's available. Also, if you guys are in for some videos, Hell It Loose content, take a look at BR1 TV, Road to D-Day. Those stuffs are always phenomenal. If you're ever wanting to join that, that's also coming up in July. Still got some time, or sorry, June. In June, we usually do that event. But stay tuned for more content. You guys have a wonderful day.